Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at Star Wars Legion, in particular the Rebel armies. We're going to pick our top 5. They're going to be favorite, but they're going to be based on their ability and ones I think you should pick up if you're looking to get into Star Wars, especially with the Rebel units. Hopefully for you new players out there or people looking to get into the game, this just helps you what you need to pick up. Some of this stuff, or one of these does come in the core set, so you're going to have one of these to begin with, and that is our number 5, the AT-RT. Now if you take a look at this thing, it's got armor, so while defending it can cancel all regular hits, which when you start the game is going to feel super overpowered, and it is really good. For 55 points, that's unbelievable. Then again, with 6 health, it's an absolute tank to deal with. You're going to need impact, you're going to need ion, you're going to need stuff to slow it down. It's going to be a monster to deal with. And for that kind of points, you can put a couple of these in, and that's almost an army in itself. These things are unbelievable. I would suggest running, if you're playing in a competitive format, you could run 2 of these, because they, like I say, yeah, there's not many downsides to them. They've got climbing vehicles so they can move over, or vertical movement quite easily, but they've got expert climber. So these things are really good at moving around the battlefield, getting shots off. They've got grappling claws when they get up close, really powerful with impact 1. But they've also got the blaster 1 to 3 range. They can add stuff like flamethrowers. They've just got a lot at their disposal to deal with your enemy. They've also got surge to crits. They've got white defense dice, which is okay. But like I said, for 55 points, the amount of stuff you're getting in this, the amount of destruction, and most importantly, your opponent needs to deal with them. They're going to throw spanners in their works. They're going to mess around with them, maybe throw out their game plans, because you can just throw these things over at them. They're 55 points, so if they're throwing a Vader at one of these, you've got to think, this is a quarter of the points. You could throw 4 of these things at Vader and make it a little more even. And not many things are going to be able to deal with that. As always with these videos, let me know if you disagree with any, or any you think I've missed or should have been higher or lower in the comments below, because it's going to be subjective. It's going to be personal preference on some stuff, because I might have some bias to more favorite characters. I am trying to keep it more on the side of the best units rather than my favorite. But let me know in the comments if you think I've messed any up. Coming in at number 4, I've gone for Sabine Wren, and the reason she's 4, she could have been a lot higher. This could easily be a number 1 for me personally, because I play the Mandalorians a lot. There's some of my favorite things in the game. There's one of my favorite TV shows, and they're just such cool characters. So what do you get with Sabine Wren? For 125 points, you normally get to run the Darksaber as well, because it is devastating. She gets jump 2, so you can perform a move ignoring terrain, height 2 or lower. Treat it as a move action. Also Gunslinger, which is super powerful. After you perform a ranged attack action, you may perform an additional ranged attack against a different unit. So she's going to be firing off a ton of shots. Really cool blasters. They're only range 2, but they've got some good dice on them. And then obviously we've got Impervious. While defending, if the attack pool has Pierce X, roll X additional defense dice. So it gives you that extra defense similar to the Mandalorians. And you also have Nimble. So after defending, if you spend 1 or more dodge tokens, gain 1 dodge token. So you're going to want to make sure you take a dodge on this character so you can keep reusing and make her a bit more tanky. She does have 5 health, so it's respectable. And up close, she's got the 2 black dice, which is okay. We get Pierce 1 on a weapon as well. We get Surge to crit. We get Surge to defend. So there's a lot to love about this character. And again, slight bias here just because I love the character herself. I love the Mandalorians. But I think she definitely deserves a place on this list at 5. In the top 5, I should say. Let me know where you would put her. I think possibly she could go higher, because she is really good with the other Mandalorians, with 3 movement as well. Just a super cool character, but one that is also quite powerful. Coming in at number 3, I've gone for the Taunton Riders, which they're just monsters. You get 2 of these things, Agile 1. After you perform a standard move, gain a dodge token, so you're getting that for free. Super powerful. The fact that you get 2 of these is what makes them so good. They've got 4 health each. They've got Relentless. So after you perform a move action, you may perform a free attack action. Now, that it doesn't specify, so that could be close or ranged. Yeah, it's got good dice. Its blaster dice are really good. It's only 2 range, but still. And then you've got Ram 1 on its horns, which is, again, really good. It's got black dice. It's got Ram. So, yeah, there's no bad side to this. Like, if you get up close to it, it's going to deal some Pretty good damage. Even at range, it's pretty good as well. With 2 of these things, it's a nightmare. So they've also got reposition, which says either before or after you perform a move action, or standard move, sorry, you may perform a free pivot action, which helps you move these things around the battlefield a little easier, line them up where you need them to go. And then on top of that, they've also got unhindered, you ignore the effects of difficult terrain, and sharpshooter 1. While performing a ranged attack, reduce the defender's cover by 1. So at range, these are actually quite deadly. 2 red dice is amazing. Sharpshooter 1 makes them even better. They've got surge to hit, they've got surge to defend, 3 movement. 2 of these things, just, yeah, there's no way to deal with them, because if they ram you, they're still doing... Ram 1 is while attacking, if you perform a full standard move at your maximum speed before this attack, you may turn 1 attack die to a crit hit. It's just, it has so much. With 4 health, 2 of these things, that's 8. For 90 points, it's just unbelievable. Some of these points have changed. I think these might be 95 now, but 5 points isn't going to make the difference. These are almost an auto include in a lot of lists for Rebel. It's just one of their best units. And my number 3. Coming in at number 2, I've gone for Cassian Andor. Obviously, he pairs really well with K2SO. Some of his cards work with him, so I would try to play these 2 together. But I would also try Cassian with a few other characters. One that is my number 1, because he does have Covert Ops, which says when you deploy, you may treat your rank as operative. If you do, you gain Infiltrate. So what that's going to do is bring him down and mean you can make somebody like Chewbacca or Luke your captain. As well as that, just for 90 points, he's got 6 health, he's got Surge to hit, he's got Surge to shield, he's got Danger Sense 3, which basically he can use suppression as ways to defend, which makes him really hard to deal with because he's got a lot of range as well. We'll get into that in a minute, but he's got loadout. So when you deploy, you may swap any of your equipped upgrades with your set aside upgrades. So he's versatile in that way as well. He's got marksman. While attacking, you can spend aim tokens to improve attack dice. And tactical 1. After you perform a standard move, gain 1 aim token. So this is really good for him to set up. Ideally, he has got a sniper rifle with infinite range as long as he has line of fire. So that's probably what you're going to set up to do. Just pick off characters before they can even get moving. It's what makes him so deadly. And I think... you could argue he's number 1 because he can just take people out from across the map. He's one of the few characters that can do it. He's got pretty good cards as well as a commander. He can use things like Gunslinger and use extra attacks just to make him even more deadly. I do think if you're playing against him, he can be quite annoying. He can literally sit in cover and take pop shots, just picking off characters, taking apart your army before you can get over to him. And even then, if he's got K2SO, who has a card which gives Guardian, you can protect Andor in so many different ways, whilst he's just there using his sniper to really disrupt the battlefield. My tip, if you're playing against him, keep an eye on him, make sure you're out of sight, make sure you're moving around stuff to help you defend against him, else you could lose a lot of troops very quickly. Speaking of losing troops quickly though, let's move on to my number 1, Luke Skywalker. Now, there's a couple of different versions. This one is the one, not from the core set, it's not the X-Wing pilot one, it's the Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, 200 points. He's got Impact 2 on his lightsaber, he's got Pierce 2. Most notably, he's got 7 black dice, which is huge for a few different reasons. Obviously, 7 dice is incredible as it is, but if you attach something like Saber Throw, which halves your dice when you throw, it actually rounds up. So he's going to get 4 black dice when using Saber Throw, which is absolutely devastating. He's got 7 health. He's got Surge to crit. He can jump, charge. Charge obviously gives you a free attack. He can deflect like most other Jedi. Disengage, you can perform moves while engaged with 1 unit. Immune to Pierce, Master of the Force, which lets you at the end of your turn, and end of your activation, sorry, you may ready one of your, I can't remember what they're called. You know what they are though, they're the Jedi powers. So it means he can keep reusing cards, he can keep doing things that he needs to do, and he's just an absolute monster. He does lose range from the core version of Luke Skywalker, but this one is so much more deadly. This one could go toe-to-toe with Vader. It's obviously Luke from Return of the Jedi, so that's why. It makes sense for the character. This is the ultimate Luke. He's got 2 movement as well, which I think is good. Red defense dice. He's a lot of points, and he is an operative, so in every case, you're going to need to have a commander This is why I like pairing him with Cassian. For 290, it gives you Cassian, the long range, and then this guy up close. But Cassian can drop to operative, so you can promote Luke to commander. And using his command cards is where he gets, I would say, really good. One of the best commanders. He lets you do stuff like perform extra attacks. So you've got charge, you can move in, do a free attack, and then you can use your Son of Skywalker to perform an extra attack. So he can absolutely tear through characters. He can tear through armies. He is the Luke Skywalker of myth, the one of legend, the one that you hear so much about, hear stories about. This is the version of Luke you're going to want to play if you're a Rebel player, if you're a Star Wars fan probably. This, I would say, is the ultimate version. Like I said before, if you think I've missed any characters, if there's any that should be higher or should be lower, there's some that I maybe should have mentioned, like Leia's quite good. There's a few different characters. Let me know in the comments if you think I've missed any, or like I said, any are in the wrong order. Drop your rankings below. I would love to hear them. Let me know which you would like to see next. It's going to be Empire, Separatist, or Republic. So drop it in the comments below. I'll be back with another video very soon, as I'm trying to put a few out in December. So hopefully I will see you in the next one. I do plan on doing a few more Star Wars videos. Probably a game. I will definitely get a match or a gameplay for you before Christmas or before the new year. So I'll have to film it soon and edit it, but I will definitely bring you on before Christmas. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see any of that, if you want to see the other tier lists and other stuff. Let me know in the comments of anything in particular you want to see, and I'll catch you in the next one.